they said, sorry, there's no AC on the plane right now. Our battery died. Everything, it was terrible. And then the pilot goes on the intercom again, and he's like, hey guys, so they're coming back with our third battery, and everybody's like, fourth battery, fourth, it's the fourth one now. And
Olivia. I was born with a rare genetic condition.
The battle.
My suffering does not define me. With every battle I face, I am made stronger through faith.
And free.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of a crazy story. First off, and this is just me explaining all the gaps in between where I didn't record or describe things very well, because there was a lot going on. But Christmas Eve, I took my two siblings to the mall, and my two siblings, like I only have two, but I took two of my siblings to the mall, and I helped them Christmas shop, and then we went to a Christmas Eve service, came home, I finished packing, and I only had to pack my clothes because all my medical supplies I already had packed for a while. But then I went and after I packed my clothes, I cleaned up my room and went to sleep. Then Christmas morning, we all opened presents and just enjoyed our gifts, and I put everything up and tried to make my room as nice and clean as I could before leaving for vacation the next morning, because I don't want to come home to the house being messy. So yeah, I cleaned everything up, and then we left for vacation to the airport, and everything was going super smooth until we were supposed to start boarding. And they told us that there was going to be just like a 30-minute delay, and that I forget what they call it, but it's like a little runway to board the plane. If you guys have ever flown, then you'll know what I'm talking about, because it goes from the airport to the plane. You just walk through that tunnel and board the plane. Well, they said it was broken and it wouldn't move. So they had to move the plane, and once they moved the plane to a new boarding dock, they extended the tunnel and we boarded the plane, and it was actually ended up being like a 45-minute delay, which isn't too bad from what they told us. But then once we boarded the plane, we were all super hot on the plane. Like, everybody on the plane was complaining about how hot it was on the plane. And then oh, and by the way, all my stuff went through super smooth because all I had to do was pack my clothes in one suitcase, and that went on good. And then my two other suitcases had to be strictly medical supplies. And I packed my mini backpack I got for Christmas and my fanny pack, and everything was good, and we boarded the plane. But anyways, once we got on the plane, what happened? Oh, so the plane's battery died. So they had to go get a new battery for the plane, and they bring it over and they put it in, and then they come on the intercom again and they're like, sorry guys, stay seated, stay buckled, this battery's dead too. So we're like, ah, great, okay. So then they go back and they get a new battery number 2, and they put it in, and they test it and everything. They come back on the intercom, hey, sorry guys, this battery is dead too. This point, it was getting really hot on the plane. And by the way, if any of you guys are wondering about safety with COVID and everything, everybody is required to wear a mask on the plane, and they do make sure that all passengers have it over their nose and mouth, and flight attendants are walking back and forth the entire time to make sure everybody's wearing their mask. But and they said that the air on the plane is filtered, it is not recirculated, so that was a good thing. But anyways, yeah, then they come on the intercom again with battery number 3, and they go, "Hey guys, so sorry, this battery's dead too." So we're like, oh my gosh, it is so hot in here, and everybody's like, "This is horrible," like all shouting, going boo and everything. It was terrible. And then the pilot goes on the intercom again, and he's like, "Hey guys, so they're coming back with our 3rd battery," and everybody's like, "4th battery, 4th, it's the 4th one now." And he's like, "Hopefully this one will work." So they come back with it and they put it in, and finally the plane starts and we get to take off. And everybody's like super nervous because this plane was very sketchy and it was making strange noises. And yeah, just not a super safe and secure feeling while on the plane. But it was all good. It turned out fine. But yeah, then we arrived at the airport, and then there was what was it? Gosh, I cannot remember what happened. Oh, we arrived at the airport, and we rented a Suburban, which is the same type of car we have at home. And so we rented this Suburban to use when we're on vacation, and we rented it from Enterprise, and it was supposed to be reserved. And we arrived and they're like, "Hey, sorry, yeah, there's no Suburban here." And we're like, "How did that happen? Like, we reserved it weeks in advance, like months in advance." And they were like, "Oh, we don't know, we just don't have it." So we're like, great. So they put us in an Escalade, and we don't all fit. And then so somebody's sitting on the floor, my little brother, and not the youngest one, but my 16-year-old brother, and my dad starts the car up and it doesn't start, and the Enterprise lady is standing right there like checking the vehicle for everything, and yeah, it doesn't start. So we're like, seriously? And she stands there and she starts laughing, and we all look at her and she's like, "I'm so sorry, I'm not laughing because it's funny." She's like, "I'm laughing because I'm literally in shock right now." She's like, "They're scam artists." The employee of Enterprise said that. But we were like, okay. So she's like, "All right, all I have left for you guys is a minivan or like a full-size van." And my parents did not want the minivan. It wouldn't have fit all of us anyway, and our luggage. So, because my brother has a friend, in total there's 8 of us. And my parents were like, no, we'll just take the full-size van. So we get in, and it smells horrible. And we had already packed half the luggage. And my parents were like, nope. No, we don't want this. And all of us didn't want it either. And so we got out of the van, unpacked all of our stuff for like the 3rd time, or maybe that was just the 2nd. Yeah, it was the 2nd. We packed it in the Escalade, didn't work out. Packed it in the full-size van, didn't work out. So then she pulls another full-size van up. They had 2, and we pack all of our stuff in it, and it smells okay and everything's good. And yeah, then we drove out to the house and went out to eat, and everything was good until we got back from eating and realized the van is infested with roaches. Literally everybody was screaming and crying. I'm sure you guys will see all the footage because I did take videos. My 2 sisters were screaming and crying. It was kind of hilarious. But yeah, the van's infested with roaches. We cannot take it back, so we just have to deal with it. But yeah, we're now calling it the Roachmobile. But we don't go on it but maybe like 15 minutes a day or less, because everything's super close since we're in Key Largo. I mean, there's not much to go on an island. But yeah, and all we do is go out to eat, and otherwise we just spend the day on the boat. But it's tons of fun and we're having a blast. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video for you guys and explain everything, because I know that my videos are like, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, but how and what happened in between. But anyways, yeah, this is its own separate video. There's no other footage for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching though. I hope that you enjoyed listening to the catastrophe that happened while on vacation, even though vacation has been a blast, and it has been truly a blessing and a great vacation so far. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you are not yet subscribed, then hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. I love you all.